Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 2 of United We Stand with the mighty Manchester United. As always, thanks for joining me, it's massively appreciated. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new and hit that bell and you'll never miss anything I do. And thank you for your view. I'm rhyming as always, but thank you for coming back, it's massively appreciated. You guys are my favourite because you've watched the first one and liked it enough to watch the second one, so honestly, I appreciate it, mate. Now, we had a crazy season. Really, got quite close in the league, won the Carabao Cup, and of course, won the Champions League. Now, maybe it was an easy run, maybe it was a my world thing, obviously I've brought different players in, maybe other teams it's strengthening the way they would have in real life, I don't know, I've had a few theories running around my head, but it happened. But what's going to happen this year? You might remember, the finances weren't looking great, so let's get into it. Well, we're going to start here actually, and I know Manchester United have crazy sponsorships. We actually top the sponsorship table and get a crazy amount of money. And someone mentioned in the comments he'd watched a couple of Chelsea series with My World, and the same thing happened there. Chelsea's finances go to shit, and the sponsorships help it recover initially, which meant this is what I was looking at. Of course, we were about 170, 180 in the red. Obviously, we've got a lot more debt than that. And I had about 50 million to spend. You can see right now, once all the money came in over the summer, I had 90 million to spend. Now I was going to sell some players and it looks quite good at first glance, but it's still mega worrying. Now, one thing they have done on FM24 is made this Saudi Arabian mega money real. It is a real thing. I had a few offers last year, and again, some people in the comments said on their United saves, they moved some players on in that first window. Now, I get offers in for 3 of my main players, a ton of offers in, as you can see, for Casemiro, and I also get offers in for Varane. And at first I thought no, and I reject them. But then I start to think to myself, wait a minute, what am I doing? There's good players out there. Maybe if I move these on, it'll give me the funds to bring someone young in, fresh blood. I like Casemiro, I like Varane, but they're getting on that wrong end of the age scale. So I then offer them out, and again, Saudi clubs come in for them, and they do move on. We'll see that later. I have one other crazy bid though. 158 million for Bruno Fernandes. Now, I don't sell Bruno. I talked to my friend Greeno about it, and he hates Bruno Fernandes. He said, sell. I say no, and they come back in January actually for Bruno with 90 million, so obviously his value is going down. It was well tempting to sell him. I didn't feel like I could replace him at the time. I didn't want to do too much, but that Saudi money is real. And later on in the episode, I put a little shortlist together, and we're going to look at that later, at some of the players in this save, in this world that have gone out there, and the money they're on. It's insane. I made a series on FM23 called Bood's Boca Boys. I love Boca Juniors. I've got a Boca Juniors top. You may have seen it. Love that club a lot. And I've always wanted to do it. And I finally got around to it last year. So I knew about this lad who is now a wonder kid left back. And I really liked him. But this again really annoyed me because obviously I've signed other players. I've spent big money. But Boca wanted like 30 odd million from me. And at the time my board wouldn't sanction that deal. Maybe because I've made other deals, but I really wanted this lad. I was going to use him to replace Malacia and try and move Malacia on. So my deal collapsed, and he ended up going to Liverpool for 14 million. Now, we're not in the greatest financial situation. As the season goes on, you'll see. And we've got a great squad. Champions League winners, should be in the Club World Cup at some point. But when this came up, I just found it interesting because we are nowhere near anymore, and I bet we have been in the past, got the largest wage bill. As you can see, Man City are spending crazy money. Sir Bobby Charlton. Now, I did think about talking about him in episode 1, but I didn't. I thought I'd save it for episode 2. A true legend for any Manchester United fan, but I don't think for any Manchester United fan, and I think after his passing, it's proven that he meant more to everyone, especially if you're English, because of what he did winning the World Cup with England and how he was on and off the pitch. The respect across the football community for him is insane. And I actually met Sir Bobby Charlton as a kid. There's the Sir Bobby Charlton soccer schools, and David Beckham famously went to one, and his dad got a picture. My dad didn't bring a camera. I went to it 2 years running. It was held. It was either at Hyde or Ashton, one of the lower level football clubs local to me. And he came one year and I did meet him. No photograph though, but I genuinely met him and I remember him being nice. I was very young though. Kind of remember it. I didn't really know who he was because he was before my generation, and I was at that age where I was just starting to like football, but I didn't know the true history of United. I didn't know anything really. So it's kind of wasted in a way, but I do feel quite good that I did meet him briefly. We're now here on the 10th of August. Now, I've made some deals, I've hinted really that Casemiro and Varane go, and sell some others as well. And at this moment, you can see we're already 80 in the red. That is going to get so bad this season. I don't know if we get the same amount of sponsorship, it ain't going to cover the debt. We're currently in talks with Altay, the Turkish keeper who we've got in real life. So he's a great keeper. What a backup keeper, 6'6". Honestly, he was the best. At first, when I saw him, I thought he's great, and then I realised we've actually signed him. So it's a year later, but I think this will help us. So Casemiro ended up leaving for £40 million to Al Ittihad, right? Look at what he's on a week, 1.2 million. And Varane decided to go the same way. You saw the offers they had in for him. He's gone to the same club as well. On £1.1 million a week, I got 30 mil. 30 million. And Sancho, who was on loan at Atletico Madrid last year, has signed for Real Madrid for 25 million. I think they've sold someone. I think he's a replacement. I'll have a look now and show you. But Juve came in. It was between Juve and Real Madrid. He chose Real Madrid. I probably would as well. There we go. That's probably why they've signed Sancho. Bargain for 25 million because he's good on game. I'm just pissed off of him in real life. Vinicius Jr. left Real Madrid this summer for 153 million to join Man City. Now, I needed a new defender to replace Varane, and of course I've been scouting all year. And of course, this is my world where certain transfers didn't take place. So we've signed Josko, who, of course, in real life has signed for Manchester City. He never did. He stayed where he was at Leipzig for an extra season. And we've signed him for a combined fee of 97 million. Of course, I need a Casemiro replacement. So I've signed João Neves for a combined fee of around 60. I think I paid about 20 initially. Wonderkid, fantastic player. So I've replaced the two guys I've sold. Sancho, I wasn't bothered with anyway. He wasn't part of my plans last year, so I didn't need to replace him. I'm sticking with my youngsters I've already got, and we're bringing in a new goalkeeper. So I think we're looking all right. So now jump forward to the 14th of September. You can see we're second in the Prem. So obviously a few games have been played. A bit of football's been played. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Quickly, I'll go through the squad again. Now, a couple of people moaned at my face pack. It was either too old, or they didn't look like who they were anymore. And to be fair, you were probably right. I like to update my logos, my kits, but my face pack, I've had it for like 3 years maybe, and I've added to it myself so much, put so much work into it. But I just bit the bullet, so I've got a new face pack to stop people whinging. And I always basically get a new one now and again, and then fill out the gaps myself. But I suppose some of them were dated. But anyway, we've still got him. He's going to be my third choice keeper. Not a bad keeper to have. We've got Andre Onana, who's still good, and he gets wanted by Chelsea halfway through the season. Of course, he's now here, so we're definitely stronger in goal. Right back, Wan-Bissaka was mint. Second half last season, mint. He's going to be backed up by Delo, who's really, really good. At left back, we've still got Luke Shaw. Great player on the game. And Malacia, who I would have replaced, is good. But I wanted that little wonder kid. I've got it. He's gone to Liverpool. Obviously, centre-arse, Min Jae, baller. We've got the youngster still a wonder kid, great player. We've obviously got this dude, Josko, I call him. We can also play at left back. And Lisandro Martinez. We've got two left-footed centre-arse and got two right-footed centre-arse. Love that balance. Now, if I come down a little bit quickly. I'm sticking with Kobe, mainly for finances. He's not really kicked on too much, but he's for fourth choice. Of course, we've got João Neves, Declan Rice from last year. We're still paying off big fees for. Crazy. And Scott McTominay, who does a real good job. He's a great squad player. I can't lie. I've moaned about him in real life, but he's a good squad player. Christian Eriksen, last year of his contract. That'll probably be the whole of what I fill next year, especially if I end up selling Bruno for mega money. Here he is, Bruno Fernandes. I mean, they were willing to pay 158 million, and he was pissed off at some point. Well, you would be, wouldn't you? It's going to be on like £1.5 million a week. Sorry, mate. Obviously, left wingers, we've got Rashford, still great, and Garnacho, still a wonder kid. On the right, Anthony, who's great on this game, gets a few injuries. This year, we've still got Diallo, Ahmad, who's good. Palestri as well, so I've got that spare man. floating about. And up top, Osimhen, he just keeps getting injured. It's getting a bit irritating. And Højlund, dude, had a great year last year. So what can we do? It's going to be interesting. Are we going to be better, worse? I want to win something. The bookies have got us in third, which is okay. Now, what I did like, though, was I think Eddie Howe got sacked by Newcastle and Aston Villa replaced him with, is it Emre, you say his name? And Erik ten Hag obviously lost his job when I took over Man United and has been unemployed for a season. He's coming to Aston Villa and he just bits with him, to be fair. Pre-season I've left to my assistant. Most of my content I do my own. I couldn't be bothered. I let him pick it and it went really well, really positive, lots of wins. The Boca game was where we had a massive international break and I was bored. I thought, what a game. And I love Boca Juniors, like I said earlier. So we flew out with whoever wasn't playing for the country and we played Boca Juniors, beating them 3-1. Of course, we won the Champions League last year. Well, Liverpool won the Europa League, beating Ajax, which means we have to face them in the Super Cup. A chance for a trophy. That we lost. We lost. Absolutely devoed. Started well. Nunes and Salah. It just wasn't meant to be, so fair play to freaking Liverpool. Now then, we jump forward to the 28th September because this is where I put together my little Saudi shortlist, right, of players who've gone out there or maybe are out there anyway, in my little world and my save. I mean, Harry Kane's there at £1.1 million a week. Look at them wages. Now, the Saudi Arabian league isn't a playable league. And it'll be interesting when it becomes a league that you can download that someone creates. Will it work like this? Because this is insane. They've put that in here. I mean, if you had a playable version of it, would you be able to offer £1.3 million a week? I don't know if you will. So it's quite good that it's not playable, that it's there in the background where you can offload players who are maybe getting towards the end. I mean, some of these are. We've got Kyle Walker's out there. Look at some of them names. Manuel Neuer's gone. It's now the 2nd of November. And we're just going to look at that youth setup because this is something I really want to do. I want to make this freaking list. And last season we improved the training facilities and the youth facilities once. I think they're both superb. And you've seen I've put together the best under-18 staff in the Premier League. But we're not there yet. No, City is still top. We've got Real Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea, Benfica, Salzburg, Sporting, PSG. And you've got two new boys now, Lyon and Rennes. Rennes. How many times I've played saves in the future and you get to a certain point and there's just balls coming out of Rennes anyway, so that makes sense. Well, then it's now the 1st of January and then at first glance you think, shit, we're 6th. It's not going great. We're 11 points away from City. What the hell? But I was having a lot of it. The first half of the season, a lot of injuries. But you know, you've always got to think United. Like last year, I was hoping we could come good. We'll get it together. We'll go on a run. That's what I was hoping. I mean, I've got a game in hand here at this point, and it is quite close between the top 6, really. I mean, it is. Rasmus Højlund's up there, but look at Haaland. Just a freaking goal machine. So let's have a look at that Premier League. And, you know, it was decent. We went on a good run of not being beaten. Maybe too many draws, but I was rotating as well. I've tried to rotate. Sometimes that's let me down. This is my bad patch. I mean, getting beat off Chelsea, getting beat off Forest, wasn't good. Got beat off Liverpool again, which ain't great. See, Onana's missing. But, you know, we're putting a bit of a run together recently. We drew with City, 0-0. Rubbish. What a beat those blue noses. But, you know, I wasn't giving up hope. I still had a bit of faith. I think we've got a great squad. Look at that. Look at that. Wage budget, they've bumped down. Overall balance has gone bad. It gets even worse. It's going to be interesting if we'll survive FFP, which we just about at the minute we are. So we're at the halfway mark, roughly. Let's look at the squad. Arranged by average rating. And it's not blowing me away. Probably not blowing you away. But you can see right there, Dalot's injured. Ahmad's injured. Jojo is injured, got tired players as well, but it's been worse than that. Hopefully we've come out of it and we're going to get through it together, united, and kick on. Goals wise, I mean, Osimhen, I expected more from Osimhen, to be fair, because I don't know, he scores goals, but he's struggling to play consistently. He does pick up knocks. So let's jump forward a little bit more and look at the Champions League group. Now it's finished and we finished 7th. I'll show you here, save a bit of time. That Almeria game was a total B team. I even give a couple of kids a chance because they were shit, and I needed to rest players for the Premier League, and that was massively embarrassing. I think my last game though, we bounced back. I'm sure of it. I'm sure it's the Basel one, the 6-0, which was good. There were our wins. We're top 8. All that matters. Let's have a big time jump now to the 5th of April, and you can see got through them injuries, and we go on an epic run that now sees, as you can see, us after 32 games top of the league. We have caught up to Man City. We've got rid of the rest. We are neck and neck with City. Not only that, they might have Erling Haaland, who has scored 43 freaking goals. Take him out of that team. Where they're getting the goals from? Christ. My leading goal scorer is a midfielder, and I've scored more goals than them. I mean, you knew we were on a good run going up to Christmas, and after the new year, that has continued win after win after win after win. It's been absolutely epic up until Liverpool. We struggled against them this year. They beat us in the cup, in the league, and then we drew. Is what it is. And Arsenal, but that was a tough patch, to be fair. We've got through it. We had the Carabao Cup, where we finally beat Liverpool in it, knocking them out in the 3rd round with a freaking B team. What's that all about on penalties? Funny game, football, innit? Beat Leicester, B team that. Rotherham, B team that. Arsenal, kind of maybe I went for it, 1-1, and then had to B team the return leg because of all the games and got battered. But yeah, fair enough. I wouldn't mind going out of this early, like I went out of this early. This was wounding a little bit. Again, B team, board were not happy at all with it. I'm pretty sure I played Fulham in a league game straight after that. What was that, on Saturday the 4th of Jan? Yep, on the 7th of Jan, with a much better team away from home and battered them. Got a bit of revenge in the Prem. On to the Champions League, and in the last 16, we drew Bayern Munich away from home. Look at the XG. I mean, it was crazy, but 3-2, we were still in it. Still in it to try and retain our trophy. But we couldn't do it. No, I'm out. Out in the last 16, drew 1-1. So out in the FA Cup straight away, semi-final of the Carabao, been beaten in the Super Cup, and now I'm out of the Champions League. I mean, I'm just about hanging on top spot in the Premier League with quite a few games left to go. That was it. That was all. That was just 100% now. Concentrate on that Premier League and let's see what happens. Starting with Chelsea, who we beat 3-2. Brilliant game. I threw everything but the kitchen sink at them at the end for Højlund to score in the 98th minute after winning 2-0, and they came back in it. I thought, it is what it is. Mason Bloody Mount, by the way, who I didn't sign, and then beat everyone's favourite team from Liverpool, Everton, 3-0 away. West Ham came to Old Trafford, the theatre of dreams, but it was the theatre of nightmares for the Hammers, because we absolutely destroyed them in a classic FM, where you destroy a team in the first half, score a ton of goals, and nothing happens in the second half. And then it was Norwich. This is my final game I've played. Away, 5-2. We should have scored more. I'm pretty gutted we let any in. But we were on fire. The trouble is, so Manchester City, they've just been winning and winning and winning as well. I'm not getting any break, not catching a freaking break. Got 2 games left. And this is where it gets a little interesting, because we have 3 big rivals. And this is my personal opinion. Our main rival is Liverpool. Our second main rival is Leeds United. And our third rival, don't care how much they win these days, will always be Man City. I will always put Leeds and Liverpool ahead of Man City. Maybe because I've got friends who are City fans and they're actually a Manchester team, I don't know. But look at this. I've got to play one of our arch rivals on TV at Old Trafford, Leeds, and win. And we'll see what City do. We'll have a look at them in a sec. And then it could go down. And I have conspiracies about this game. I've said it before. You may have heard me. Loads of different ones. But sometimes I think the game kind of puts these stories on for you to make it more interesting, to give you some drama. City have other things on their minds. They've got to play Chelsea. So I'm buzzing with that, because Chelsea's still good. You know what I mean? It's not like they've got freaking Norwich or Luton. So that gives me some hope. Can Chelsea help me out? Vast improvements in form and average ratings. A few guys are looking tired, but unfortunately both my right backs, which ain't great. I'll see what I do about that in this game. McTominay's okay, but yeah, we've, like you've seen, we have just steamrolled the back end of the season. Proper old school United, found our form, found the majority of our fitness, and just gone through teams like a hot knife through butter. Just got 2 rivals to get through. We're this close to a Prem. Welcome to Old Trafford. Now, I'm going to do a short live con with this, one where we just jump in for the replays and just hope I get through it and hope we're still in a position going into the Etihad against City for a title decider. That's the perfect scenario, so let's hold fingers crossed it goes that way. But wow, finally it's taken 30 minutes. Leeds have been atrocious. It's been non-stop Manchester United. Bruno swung it and it comes out to Rashford, who just blasts it. That keeper's made some worldies, by the way. Now, this was a slight offside, went to VAR, we've got the goal. And it's gone my way, but this was straight from kickoff. Leeds came down, we nicked the ball, went down the other end, scored. It's happening again with us turning that screw. We kept it quite slow. He missed a bit before this, and then just cut him to pieces. Bruno Fernandes, watch, boom. Did he go through his legs? Yeah, it's game over now. 4-0 after 41 minutes. I mean, it felt like forever, and now the floodgates have opened. If City can win their game against Chelsea, then this is gonna... There's going to be a nail bite at the end of this episode. Ooh, Leeds are down to 10 men. Whoever he is, Jack Harrison has just crippled Luke Shaw. It's half time. It's 4-0. Leeds only managed 1 shot. They are atrocious. It'll probably end 4-0 as well, won't it, knowing Football Manager? Oh, it's 5-0. Marcus Rashford's on fire. We are playing some brilliant stuff. I mean, we are on form here. We've got to go to City though, it's going to be a different ball game, but come on. But I've made 5 changes with half an hour to go, mainly just to save some big boys. So Garnacho's on, Højlund's on, Eriksen's on, McTominay's on. I brought Wan-Bissaka on to give him some minutes, try and get his fitness up ready for that big game against City. I mean, if Chelsea do me a favour, it's going to make it really interesting, really, because then if City did beat me, I wouldn't go down a goal difference, which we're doing better at, and this has helped us massively. But while we're here, let's watch this highlight. Can we get anything from it? Højlund, yes we can. So here we are, last minutes. I mean, Leeds are awful. They've been awful. They've not been very good. They obviously went down to 10 men, but that goalkeeper, you can see his average rating, and it's that way for a reason. Without him, it genuinely would have been about 15-0. He pulled off at least 5 or 6 absolute belting saves. What a keeper he is, by the way. So here we are. It's game day for Manchester City away at Chelsea. It's a big day for us as well. We'll hit that space bar and see what happens. Oh, bloody Haaland, 1-0. This is going to be fun, innit? Well, it's been a week. It's the big game, and I'm pretty nervous, man. Really, really nervous, but we've just had the FIFA Club World Cup draw, and that's our group. It takes place this summer, which is quite exciting. So in episode 3, we'll do a little Club World Cup. We'll see how we go. I don't know how I can fit it all in. I might do a World Cup special. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do a little mini episode. We have a big loss. Our captain, and an absolute baller for us this season. 25 goals, 15 assists. Bruno Fernandes injured his hip in training this week. He's out for 9 weeks. What about City? Well, they've got Haaland. That's all that matters. Junior's still there. De Bruyne is injured. That's a Billy bonus for us. Really? Haaland wanted by PSG. Please, Paris, take him away from the freaking Premier League. Him and his 60-house goals. Welcome to the Etihad Stadium. It's me, Bood versus Pep Guardiola's got that defensive midfielder in play, probably to try and counter me because I play with an attacking midfielder who's going to be Neves. Like that, Eriksen, but he's on his way out. He's been a bit moany. I'm going with Neves. McTominay is going to come on in the middle. I mean, I had a mini live comment City at the Etihad in the last episode, didn't we? And I mean, City turned the screw on us, but we kind of fought back. I think, was it 3-2? I mean, it was 0-0 in the league early this season. I beat him in the league last year as well. I don't think we've got a better team this year, even though we haven't won a Champions League or whatever. We've been better in the Prem. We've had some cracking games. We've struggled with a few injuries. And we'll see. I mean, I need a replacement for Eriksen. But will I be able to get one? Because the money is absolutely insane. Are we going to recover from that, from our sponsorships and so on and so on? Will they invest, take another loan out? They can't let us go under. I mean, would I be forced to sell? I mean, if I get an offering from Saudi Arabia for Osimhen for 200 million, I'd probably let him go. Go! Get in, Anthony. So I have been finishing this off this morning, but me and my wife are going to a new TV show. And you know me, if you know me, when I'm into a good TV show, I like to share it with you. And it's called Bodies on Netflix. It's got Stephen Graham in. Oh, he's got the same name as my dad. Of course he's going to score. straight a freaking way. My dad calls Stephen Graham. It's not the little Scouser actor though. Obviously, my dad's 6'3" Mancunian, but yeah, Stephen Graham. It's a great show. If you've not checked it out, if you've got Netflix, look out for Bodies. No, come on, no. Oh, come on, Onana. Come on. Just go. It was a City player in real life. It was this poor pass that led to the goal. It's a blue nose at heart, innit? Honestly. Well, there they come. Foden on the right-hand side. Little Stockport kid to Haaland. 3-1. Oh, my God. We can do it. We can come back. We can come back. We've done it before. Did in Champions League. Look at it. This is like a final, isn't it? Winner takes all. But, you know, as heartbreaking as this would be if we can't get back into it, it just gives you that desire, and I think I really like that now. Last few minutes I've been thinking of it, doing episode 3 as a World Club Cup special, see how far we can go, follow us through the tournament, a couple of mini live comms till we get to the end. You might even see some of the transfers in that, and it'll save up space then, and episode 4 can be next season where we go again, because I really want to win the Premier League before I end this. Definitely, Champions League was great, but I want the Premier League, and right now we ain't going to win that, losing 3-1. Got 45 minutes to sort our shit out. Now, I've made no changes, but I've given an arse kicking. I'm going to leave it 10 minutes and then mix it up. But like, Bruno's a loss, but they ain't got De Bruyne. He's been a baller for them this year, hasn't he? I'm surprised they ain't gone out to Saudi just yet on the game. Let's hope Paris Saint-Germain can put a bid together to poach Haaland, eh? They want him, it might happen. We'll see. It's a new game, it could happen. I've seen him leave. I think on one save recently I was playing, I saw him go to Real Madrid. Could do with him out of the picture. Still Man City though. But I think with him out of the picture, we might have a chance at winning the league next year. Because Osimhen's good, but he's not Haaland. Gets injured too much, and how the hell? Seriously. Right, I've made 3 changes. I mean, we need a freaking miracle to get back into this. Eriksen's come on, Højlund's come on, Min-jae's come on. Kind of change the spine of the team, but yeah, this ain't gonna happen. You win some, you lose some. Been a lot of glory in episode 1. It was fun to kick off the series with, but you know, seasons like this can sometimes really motivate you. My only issue is these finances. How are they going to pan out, man? How are they going to pan? I'm enjoying FM24. I think some people took me the wrong way in the last episode. I was saying, you know, I don't think these few little improvements, it's not massive improvements. Go on! Oh, I might not be worth paying full price for a game. I don't think they should have put it out for £40 knowing what FM25 is going to be. I think it should have been £30 at the absolute maximum, because it ain't massive changes. They're not, right? And this is an absolute pile of shit. My whole point was, because I know a lot of people are struggling financially, and I get that every year. I get millions of messages every year of people saying, I can't get the game this year, I can't afford it, I'll wait till next year. And my point's being, if you know you're struggling for money, you're not missing much sticking with FM23. Save your money for FM25. I'm not knocking the game. I'm enjoying playing it. I always do. Not right now when I'm getting absolutely annihilated. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I even forgot that I was watching this then. I've given up on it. Cuts to pieces. 6-1. That is bad embarrassing. I knew we had a hill to climb. I knew it was going to be a challenge. I knew we'd have to play at our best. I did not think the way we'd been playing that we'd get beat 6-1. I know we're away from home. I did not expect that. That is a bit of a shock, a bit of a reality check. So we got our Premier League money and our sponsorship money's come in, and it hasn't covered the whole debt like it did last year. So, you know, it's getting worse a little bit each year, but it's time for the Club World Cup. Episode 3 will be all about this. Why not? We're going to see how far we can get into it. And I love this tournament. It's like an actual World Cup. City are in it. Got Boca. Come on, Boca. Chelsea are in it. Look at that. Got LAFC. I like it a lot. Real Madrid. PSG. Bayern bloody Munich. I did win an award earlier this year though. Manager of the Northwest or something. Never seen that before. But we'll see. I mean, I might get some bids in, crazy bids for some players, and if I get some crazy bids from Saudi for certain players, I might go down that route again, try and coin it in and see if I can get some good young talent, because there's a lot of it on this game. I've signed a lot already, so we will see. But like I said, for now, it's all about the World Cup. There we go. That is the end of episode 2. It is what it is. Trophyless season, but we will live to fight another day. United we stand. We're on a mission, and I promise you, hopefully, we'll get there. And hopefully, you won't go missing. You'll come back for episode 3 with the World Cup, which I'll probably get through tonight. I'll probably get around filming it and putting it out on Monday, which would be quite cool. And then episode 4, like I've said, will be the next season. But as always, thanks for joining me. Make sure you help me out. It's always appreciated. Hit that thumbs up. It helps. Commenting helps. Subscribing really helps. And hit that bell and you'll never miss anything I do. But like I always say, thank you for your view and thank you for sticking with the series. Hopefully you're gonna continue to stick with it, United fan or not. Some drama in this and I am absolutely loving it, and there's a long way to go yet, hopefully. So you stay happy, you stay safe. I love you long time, man. Thank you. See you later. I'm Bood. Bye bye.